After meeting the Guardians of the Globe and fighting them to test their strength, Goku accepted Mark's invitation to go to his house so he could get to know the place better and grab something to eat along the way. During the trip, everything seemed calm, so calm that Goku could simply keep admiring how large the city was. This world is very eye-catching. It must be very hard work to be a hero in a place like this. Yes, in fact, sometimes I forget to take care of my own affairs, including my studies. Sounds complicated, but it's clear you make a great effort to manage all that. Yes, at least I try. Just when they were about to reach the neighborhood where the Grayson family lived, a strange vibration ran through the air, like a tremor in the sky itself. Suddenly, a humanoid figure with an insect-like appearance appeared in front of them, tall, with blue skin, and wearing a worn ceremonial armor. Both stopped in midair, surprised by what they were seeing. Invincible, I finally found you. I've come from very far away to give you a message. I didn't know insects talked in this place. I don't think that's what matters. But tell me, who are you? What's happening? My name is Noel Soft. I'm a representative of the planet Thraxa. Several meteors are approaching our planet and we can't defend ourselves alone. That's why I came looking for your help. Although, I didn't expect someone else to be with you. It sounds interesting to me, but I don't know. What do you think, Invincible? Honestly, it feels strange, but he doesn't seem to be faking, so it must be real. Well, then if you don't mind, I'd like to accompany you on this crazy mission. That's fine with me. At least that way I'll feel a little safer about going to another planet. The Thraxian bowed his head in gratitude, extending a small device to summon his ship, which soon landed near where they were. Everything is ready for us to depart. I will take you there. Without thinking too much, and with that unbreakable will to help that both of them shared, Goku and Mark boarded the Thraxian ship. Before leaving for good, though, Invincible made a quick stop to say goodbye to his current girlfriend, since he would be off planet for at least a few weeks. It's worth noting that Cecil did not agree with this decision as soon as he detected that Goku and Invincible were leaving the atmosphere in that ship, but Invincible was determined to help the inhabitants of that planet. It would take them some time to arrive, but they finally managed to land on the planet Thraxa, where there were many inhabitants with insect-like appearances. However, they did not find a world in ruins nor a battlefield as they expected. There didn't even seem to be danger in sight, since the sky was clear and no meteors were approaching. A shiver ran through Mark, while Goku felt confused by the situation. What's going on here? I thought we came to stop meteors. I don't see anything. No signs of panic, everything is just quiet. No, are you sure this is an emergency? I know I told you that, but actually the problem is something else. The Sovereign will explain everything, so don't worry. Although the situation felt strange, they both decided to follow the Thraxian to where the Sovereign was so he could tell them why he had summoned them. The place was vast and dark, decorated with bioluminescent crystals and Thraxian guards at every corner. In the center, on a throne of living stone and on a higher level, stood an imposing figure, muscular, thick-bearded, eyes glowing like contained embers. He wore reddish armor with Viltrumite insignias. His mere presence exerted a palpable pressure on the room. The two stopped in front of the Sovereign, especially Invincible, who froze when he realized it was his father. Dad? Long time no see, son. After that exchange, silence filled the room for an instant. No one said anything. You called him Dad? Don't tell me he's the one you told me about on Earth. Yes, he is my father, Nolan Grayson. But you know him better by his other name, Omni-Man. Goku was surprised to hear that, since he hadn't expected to run into the person who had caused so many disasters on Earth. I should have guessed. When we landed, I felt a powerful energy coming from him, but I didn't think your father would be right here. I'm glad to see you again, Mark, though I didn't expect you to come with a companion. He's new on Earth and offered to help me. But tell me the truth, so there are no meteors? No. I'm sorry I deceived you, but it was the only way you'd come. After everything I did on Earth, I knew you wouldn't come if I told you the truth. And what's the truth then? Nolan simply sighed a little before speaking, so casting a brief glance at Goku, studying him as if he were trying to read him completely. I came to this planet after wandering through space. I saved their lives and they welcomed me as a protector, as a king. I helped them rebuild their world. But I'm not here to rule. I'm here because I need help. And why me? Why now, after everything you did? Because something is coming, Mark, and I can't face it alone. Then start now! What is it that you say is coming? Why us? It must be serious if someone as strong as you can't handle them. The Viltrumites will come to this planet. Those words resounded in the room, making silence reign for a moment, because it was serious. The Viltrumite Empire will not accept my abandonment. Leaving the mission on Earth, forming ties with an inferior species, I became a traitor. And what exactly does that mean? It means they will hunt me. They will come for me. And also... Then, as if he had waited for that exact moment, a Thraxian entered the hall carrying something wrapped in a cloth. Nolan took it gently, revealing the face of a baby, small with intense eyes and messy black hair, and his skin was slightly purple. This is your brother, Mark. His mother is from this planet. If the Viltrumites arrive and discover I have a new child, a mixed blood child, they will see him as an abomination. Mark stepped back, shocked, not only because of the existence of a brother, but because his father, who once destroyed half a city without blinking, now held an innocent life with a tenderness that seemed impossible. What do you plan to do with him? Protect him at any cost. But for that, I need allies. The Saiyan, who until then had stayed in the background, stepped forward with a slightly more serious expression than usual. Now I understand why I didn't feel a hostile energy from you. It's because you don't want to fight for conquest, but for something you want to protect. That changes things. And you, what exactly are you? It's a long story, but I'm someone willing to fight in all of this. This is crazy. I don't know how to take all this. You had another child after everything you put my mother through when you left Earth? Mark, Viltrumites are not like other threats. They don't fight for revenge or glory. They fight for supremacy. If they suspect I allied with this planet, if they know that my eldest son and I now share something different, they will come in full force. Not only will you die, everyone will. Nolan lowered his gaze for a few seconds, as if the weight of his mistakes crushed him. I'm not looking for redemption, Mark. I know I can't undo what I did, but I can prevent it from happening again. If the Viltrumites come here and find my son, they will destroy him and this planet's inhabitants without hesitation. Then they will also look for you, because you're no longer useful to them, because you chose Earth and not the Empire. Mark was still processing everything they were saying to him. Anger and confusion battled inside him. He had expected many things from this reunion, but never that his father would appear as a desperate fugitive, carrying a baby and asking for help. All of this was your doing, and now you come to ask me to fix it? I can't change the past, but I can fight for the future. Do it for your brother, and for Earth, if you want to protect her. Goku crossed his arms at this situation, observing the Viltrumite's face with serene yet deep eyes. He had often seen people change, how the darkest found light, if they truly wished to protect something with all their heart. I don't know everything that's happened between you, but what I do know is that your father understands the beings on this planet shouldn't pay for this situation. And that's something I agree with, so I think you should help him, Invincible. Mark tightened his fist a little at his moral conflict. His father had shattered his soul with each blow in that battle in the city, and now held a child as if it were his only hope. Alright, I guess I can't ignore what you're saying. So tell me, Dad, what are you expecting from me, exactly? Train and prepare. I want you to fight by my side when the Viltrumites arrive. You must know they won't come in peace. They will come with every intention of killing. Plus, if they find me with this child, they'll try to eliminate him and they'll come after you too. Do you know how many will come? There will be at least 3 elites, almost as strong as I am. As powerful as you? That will be a problem. Sounds like a good fight. A challenge would suit me. Mark glanced sideways at him, almost indignant of his enthusiasm. How can you think of that as if it were fun? Because when something is serious, I want to be in my best shape to protect others. Makes sense to me. I have built a small defense on this planet and the Thraxians follow me, but they aren't made to fight Viltrumites. They're too fragile. The revolution went another way. I can't risk them, so I need warriors. Before he could continue with more details about the plan, a tremor ran through the planet. An invisible shockwave shook the atmosphere and the clouds parted, as if something huge had pierced the boundary of space. Realizing this, Nolan raised his head immediately. No, they arrived sooner than expected. Goku turned in the same direction, his expression changing completely. He had immediately sensed 3 evil presences. You were right. There were 3, and each with a rather high power. After he said that, 3 figures descended at great speed from the upper atmosphere. When they stopped over the city, their silhouettes became clear. They were Viltrumites. The first was a burly veteran, imposing more strength than the rest of his companions. The second Viltrumite was younger, with short blonde hair and a sharp, arrogant face. The third was a slender woman, but with an aggressive look. Her silver hair was quite peculiar since she used it as a weapon, too. Nolan Grayson, you've committed the sin of tainting your bloodline and abandoning your purpose. The sentence for this is death.